The case is available in two colours. Firstly, the clear colour, which you can see here now. It's also available in the black, which is more suitable for the black iPhone, and personally the one I've owned a number of times. The Incase SnapCase is available at $34.95 on the US version of the Apple website, and you can find it for £24.95 on the UK site. Now, before buying this case, I did a lot of research. I watched a lot of YouTube videos on cases for the iPhone 4 and iPhone 4S, and there are hundreds and hundreds of them out there with lots of different benefits and features. And in the end, after looking at a number of these, I settled on the Snapcase for the iPhone 4, and I have an iPhone 4S, but they both fit perfectly. Now, this is a good looking case, and it has a number of features. First and foremost, the case is really nice to hold. It creates a little bit of extra grip in the hand, so your iPhone 4 or 4S won't slip out. This is a common problem for people without a case, and this case does provide a little bit of extra grip, which is welcome when you've got such an expensive device in your hand. There are also open holes for all the connectors and all the buttons that you need to get quick, easy access to. And I've connected my iPhone to a number of devices, USB, headphones, that kind of thing. And I've never come across one where I have to remove the case in order to access the relevant connection. So some cases do have this problem, but not the Incase. Now here you can see the clear case from all different angles. As you can see, it looks quite nice. The logos fit nicely, and the back shot, you can see clearly the Apple logos on your phone through it. The black case looks a little bit darker, of course, but you can still see the silverness of the Apple logos and the trimmings of the phone, and I think the black case looks very nice for a black iPhone. Now, it might seem a little bit like a gimmick, but the case does actually come with this cool little stand. Now, if you travel a lot or watch videos on your iPhone in bed, this can save a lot of hand and neck strain for you. Now, the first thing that came under review was how well the phone will take pictures with the actual case on. Now, it's almost unbelievable that some manufacturers have created cases where the housing around the hole for the camera was made in such a way that it affected photos, or when the flash went off, the photo wouldn't take properly or would interfere with it somehow. Well, Incase have solved this issue. As you can see in this picture, there is a black rubber casing around that hole, and to date I've never had a picture taken badly or have the flash be affected in any way, so it ticks that box. The case itself is also pretty tough. I mean, it's very thin. It does a beautiful job of holding the form of your iPhone. The one thing I can't stand is having a case that completely covers up the shape and the style of the iPhone. This case is tough, but at the same time, it wraps around the iPhone nicely. It doesn't make it any bigger or any thicker, and therefore you retain some of the cool features of your iPhone. Now you can see on the image on the right here that the Incase logo is embossed into the case. Now some people are very picky and they have an issue with this. On the black case, it's very subtle, it doesn't stick out, and you can run your finger over it and it's quite nice. On the clear case, it's a little bit more standout, but I still don't think it's very much of a problem. The other thing I have occasionally heard complaints about is the toughness of the case. It's obviously very thin and very lightweight. So how tough is it? Well, I've dropped my iPhone on the back a number of times with this case on, and it has had no issues. The back of the phone has not been scratched, and it has not left any marks. But as you can see from the middle picture, it does sit pretty flush with the screen of your iPhone. Now, the top edge of the case only protrudes a few millimeters above the surface of your iPhone screen, so you get very little to no screen protection. Now, unless you plan on dropping your iPhone, then this shouldn't be an issue for you, but if you do want that, you would have to get some other form of protection for your screen. I've never dropped my iPhone on the screen, so there's not been a problem for me, but if you do happen to drop it face down, you're not going to get very much protection from this particular case. Now, I love this case, but there is one significant problem with it, which does develop over not too long a period of time, unfortunately. As you can see, I've owned more than one of them. In fact, I'm on my fourth one, and I've owned both the clear and the black one a number of times, and Incase have replaced them for me each time. So they are pretty good in that respect. If you do crack or break the case within the warranty period, Incase will happily replace the case for you and give you a brand new one. It does take a couple of weeks to arrive, and you've got to take a few pictures and put them up on their website, but I've never had a problem with them replacing it and doing it as quickly as they can. So they do get marks in that respect, but there is one inherent flaw with this case which we're going to go through now. Even if you're really careful with your iPhone and iCases, what you see in these pictures are cracks, structural cracks that appear in all of the corners of all of the cases that I've had so far. And normally they appear within a couple of months and you have to get the case replaced again, which can be quite annoying. Now, you might be more careful than me, but as you can see, these cracks have appeared on all of the cases that I've owned, and it's a problem. Now, if you're very careful with your phone, or you can put up with this ridiculous issue, then this is the best case I've ever owned and I've ever had, and I would highly recommend it to anybody. I love the case and I'll keep replacing them because I can't be bothered to look for another one in the minefield of cases that are out there. Apart from this issue, it is an awesome case, and it's just a matter of whether or not you can put up with that issue or not. Personally, I can't, and Incase if or rather when your case does develop these structural cracks in the corners, you can just go onto the Incase site from the UK or the US and send them a couple of photos and an email. The procedure's on the website, very easy to follow, and they will replace the case for you. If it wasn't for this problem, this would be the best case I've ever owned, hands down, and I love it because it keeps the shape of my iPhone true.